Hey guys, it's CeeCeeG. Today I will be showing you how to make some homemade fajita seasoning. If you happen to run out and you don't have any on hand, I'm going to show you what to do to make your own seasoning, because you probably have most of these ingredients already. So what I'm going to do is I have this little clear bowl and I'm going to put the seasonings in, and then I'm going to mix them. And then I also have an empty seasoning bottle that I'm going to use, and I'll probably put fajita seasoning. I can use this whenever I want to make a fajita or any type of Mexican dish. It'll be a nice added flavor. So now usually the ingredients for fajita seasoning consist of chili powder, salt, paprika, white sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, cornstarch, and cumin. So I don't have cornstarch, nor do I have any more cumin. And I'm also not putting salt in it because, you know, I don't use a lot of salt. And I'm not using any sugar because I'm diabetic. So I'm just going to work with what I have on hand. Now, I don't have garlic on hand, but I do use this seasoning, which I know a lot of you use at home, is the Badia Complete Seasoning. This has a lot of like the garlic in there, the onions, so it's a mixture of things. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to mix it in with the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to open this jar, this bottle, and I want to measure out, I'm going to say between 2 to 3 tablespoons of this, because I want to fill up this. So hopefully I have enough mixture that I won't go over the top of this. Let's just see how it does after 1 or 2. 1, 2. It looks okay, I guess. And then, but the one with cayenne pepper, I'm not going to overdo it with that, because my husband is not the one that likes a lot of spicy, and my mom can't handle it. So I'm not going to do that and make it so spicy that they can't eat it. Okay. So the next one I'm going to do is the garlic powder. I don't think that'll go in too well. So I'm just going to pour it in here. And since I already somewhat have garlic in the Badia season, I'm just going to add this 1 tablespoon to the mixture. The next seasoning I'm going to use is chili powder. You use this in your homemade chili, and you can use it in your Mexican dishes or whatever you like. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon. I think that should be good. Okay. And yes, I'm out of paprika, so I guess I'm going to have to do some grocery shopping and get some seasonings in here. I have many of them, but I don't know. I've been cooking a lot, so I use up a lot. The next thing I'm going to use is this cayenne pepper. Now, I'm not trying to overkill, like I said, so I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon to use for this, and I'm going to just scoop in there, kind of smooth it off a little bit here, and then I'm going to dump that in there. I'm going to close this because then I'll be having a sneezing fit with cayenne pepper. Then I'm just going to take it and just stir all those seasonings up. And this will be my fajita seasoning. Smells good with all of the seasoning scents together. And some little chunky pieces, you might want to just try to mash it down. so it's mashed down. Okay, so since I'm finished, let me show you the consistency of that. So if I had all the other seasonings, it'd probably be a little bit more flavorful. But since this is what I have on hand, this is what I'm going to use. And since I have this, let's see if I can pour this in without making a mess. I'm not, I think I'm going to go the wise route and scoop it up because I'm just not feeling this. Because I'll be the one to make a mess. Hello guys, this is CeeCeeG. Today I'm going to be making some chicken fajita casserole dinner recipe. And I already have some cooked chicken breasts here on my cutting board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting and chopping down this chicken. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in this bowl. Like if you have like chicken breast from dinner or something that you had left over or whatever, or takeout or whatever, just use it and you can make a meal out of it. Don't waste it. Okay, so I have all the chicken cut up, as you can see in this bowl. So then I will show you the next steps. So the next step is you're going to take a container of your cream cheese. I always use whipped because it's already softened. It's in a softened state and it's easier to stir up with whatever you're making. And this is an 8-ounce container. So you're going to dump all of it in there. This kind of reminds me of when I made the stuffed spaghetti squash with the chicken and the cream cheese. Okay, so we're gonna just try to stir all of this up with the cream cheese. Now this recipe, it didn't call for sour cream, but I'm really tempted to put some in it. But let me just see how this goes. I think this may be enough for like a medium size casserole because of the amount of chicken that I'm using. I'm going to add the cheese in just a moment. So you can really just basically use whatever cheese that you desire. Some people have different likes. They might not like mozzarella or cheddar cheese or whatever. Now, I have some shredded mozzarella. I'm going to dump in here some of this because I'm going to still need some to put on top of it. My hand, this thing is so, like, it was in the freezer, so I have to open it with the scissors. And then put some of this cheese down in here, like this. A little more. Okay. And then you want to take your mild cheddar cheese right here. I'm going to cut it so I don't have to keep fighting with this bag. I'm still fighting with the bag. It don't never make anything easy to get into. Okay, so now you're going to take some of that cheese. Just take about 1 or 2 handfuls of it. Put it down in the bowl. I love cheese, y'all. Some good eating. So what you're going to do is you're going to stir this up. Just mix it up. And then you're going to, after you mix it up, you're going to set it to the side. Okay, so I have that set aside. So the next step, we're going to saute some onions, red pepper, and green pepper in the pan. Okay, guys, so the next step is make sure you get yourself some onion, red pepper, and green pepper. Now, I have on hand some frozen peppers and onions to save me time. So I'm going to open the bag and put it in the pan. Dumping that in there. And then I have a half a bag that I'm going to use up. So I have enough. And then I'm just going to stir it up. Use the spatula to coat it with the oil first. See, I like this frozen stuff because, man, it saves my eyes, especially with the fact, you know, I'm low vision and them peppers, and especially the onions. It's the onions, really. The onions, when you cut them, they be burning my eyes, y'all. And I be crying. So you want to continue to like stir it. And I'm probably just going to let this sit for a few minutes. But then you want to take your homemade fajita seasoning and add it to the onions. And while you're cooking this, I already went and preheated this oven at 350 degrees. So you want to do that first when you start this process. Everything is cooking really nicely. And now, since the onions and the peppers are pretty much done, I'm going to turn the stove off and push it to the side. Now the next thing is I need to oil this pan that I have right here. I don't know if you can see it in front of me. And I'm just going to use this cooking spray right here to oil the pan first. That's good enough. Then I'm going to take these onions the pepper and onions that I just made and put them in the pan all around here. So a lot of water in here because they were frozen. So I'm trying to avoid putting that in there. Let me try. So now I have the peppers in the pan. So you want to try to spread it out like this. Now I would probably would have made more of this, and especially with the chicken mixture. So you want to push it all around. The next thing you want to do is take the mixture you made of the chicken, the cream cheese, and the cheese. And you want to throw it on there. I'm just going to dump it. I'm trying to just spread it out all over it, but so you want to move it all around. Try to smooth it out the best you can. This is my first time making this. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. I think I would have Should have had some more chicken breast to make this, but I'm just going to go with it. It's a learning curve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mozzarella first. And sprinkle it all over top. I was kind of in between using it to make this dish or chicken parmesan, which would have been nice too. Okay. I'm going to spread the mild cheddar cheese all on top as well. Okay, now I think I pretty much had it covered, and now I'm going to put it in the oven. And you're going to want to bake this for 25 minutes. I would say 25 to 30 minutes on 350. Okay guys, so my fajita casserole is done, and I'm about to get a little bit of this before I go to bed. If you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Thank you for watching. Peace.